What is happening, everyone? Welcome to GBALL VISION. We are going over some knives tonight that come in under that $40 price point, and we're going to kick the video off with the Kubby KU322. This thing comes in under 40 bucks. They have a couple models at 40 and then a couple that come in just under 40, about 37, 38 bucks. And for that, you're going to get D2 steel. You're going to get a coated D2 steel, which is going to help you and aid you in not having corrosion issues. A pretty nice blade stock, comes down pretty thin. You do have great and solid lockup when it comes to this liner lock. You have good access to the liner lock with some jimping there. You have G10 handles that do have some nice texturing to them. Lanyard hole. Two-way reversible deep carry steel pocket clip. You have multiple ways of deployment with the cutout going into the fuller and the rear flipper tab, and the detent is tuned to absolute perfection. To be able to score a knife like this under 40 bucks is absolutely insanity. It's very well made, nice strong lockup. You're getting a good steel when it comes to D2. D2 is a great steel. I have tons of D2 knives. The G10 is very well finished. Kubby does a fantastic job when it comes to their more affordable knives and their upper echelon of premium knives, the Kubby KU322. Now we're going to knock off two birds with one stone here, so to speak. We have the Rat 1 and Rat 2 from the Ontario Knife Company. The Rat 1 comes in right at the $40 price point, and the Rat 2 comes in at the $35 price point. These knives do not need an introduction. These knives speak for themselves. These ones in particular are going to be coming in AUS 8. If you opt for a D2 model or different versions, they will go up in price. But when we're talking about the AUS 8 models, you know, they are built for heavy use. They are built to be used. AUS 8 on both. You have a nice drop point blade, dual thumb studs for deployment on both. G10 handles on both. You have a two-way reversible pocket clip that's going to be lower mounted on both these models. You do have a nice little lanyard hole there, open construction with steel liners. You do get good access to that liner with some jimping. These are not flashy knives. These are not all about the action. These are functionable knives that the function takes precedent over the form. And when you're looking for a tool, when you're looking for a knife, that is what you want. You want function over form. And if you have some form that falls in line after the function, then that is great. But when you neglect the function for the form, that's when you start running into issues. And Ontario does a good job at making a knife that's going to hold up, stay locked up, and continue to last you for a long time, depending on your given flavored, whether you like a little bigger knife or a little smaller knife. You can go with one of these two and you pretty much have a user for a very, very long time. Now, these prices are subject to change. Some of these knives are on sale right now. So if you're watching this in a few weeks or, you know, a couple months or next year, there's no guarantee that these knives are under $40 at this point in time. Typically, the Migon Centeron here comes in right around $50. Right now, you can get this knife at $40, which, guys, if you don't have this knife and you are looking for a new knife or you're looking for a great knife at or under 40 bucks, go get this knife right now. You're getting 14C 28N, nice little clip point blade. It is coated. You have dual thumb studs for deployment along with a rear flipper tab. The detent is tuned to perfection with this guy. 14C 28N. G10 handles that have a slight contour to them and a very nice texture to them. a titanium pocket clip, a G10 backspacer, all for 40 bucks, guys, and good access to the liner with a chamfer at 40 bucks. Oh my goodness, this is a good deal, guys. This is one of my favorite affordable knives of the entire year. I highly recommend this knife, and if you don't have one of these and you're, like I said, looking for just a new knife to pick up and you don't want to spend a ton of money, the Migon Centeron, guys, is an absolute winner. This right here is one of my favorite knives under 50 bucks. Now, this one is going to come in at 35 bucks. Now, forget the button lock. We are just talking about the baseline Feld Spar from CJRB coming in at 35 bucks. You're going to get powdered AR PM9 steel from CJRB and Artisan. You get this nice pokey drop point blade. You do get dual thumb studs for your deployment options, and I've had two other Feld Spars along with this one, and they are all very well done. CJRB does a fantastic job. They do G10, they do laminated carbon fiber. I think they do some different micarta versions. You have internal milling for weight relief. The liner lock version, which is the one we are talking about, does give you good access to the liner, and it's easy to disengage. You get a nice deep carry pocket clip that's going to be reversible on that model as well. And they have quite a few different flavors of the Feld Spar. You know, if you hop onto Amazon and take a look around, they got quite a few different versions. This is a White Mountain Knives exclusive version, so you won't be able to find this on Amazon. But, and I don't know that these are available anymore anyway, but the Feld Spar, just in general, is a fantastic EDC knife, and to be able to pick one up for under 40 bucks is just a fantastic deal. And we can't really have a list like this without throwing this knife on there for guys who are newcomers to the community, or just guys in general who just don't know. The QSP Penguin in the original form, which is what you see right here, is an absolute fantastic user knife, guys. Coming in right around $32 depending on the model you get. You get this nice sheep's foot blade. It's going to be coming in D2 steel, and to get good D2 at 30 bucks, that's a good deal. This one has a satin finish to it. You get dual thumb studs for your deployment, micarta handles. You also get a deep carry reversible pocket clip, nice little lanyard hole there. The liner lock is very well done, nice and strong. Good chamfer there to get to that liner with some jimping on the liner. Good action on this bad boy. This one is still being broken in. It's fairly new, actually, but the QSP Penguin has a long track record of being just a majority favorite when it comes to an affordable EDC knife. It's a good size, great user blade shape. They have tons and tons of these. They have mini penguins, regular penguins, penguin XLs, and they come in dozens of different steels and handle materials, so you have plenty of options when it comes to checking out a penguin. Different sizes, tons of materials. You really cannot go wrong when it comes to the QSP Penguin. The Kobby KU coming right around 40 bucks. And this is a nice little EDC knife. You have this nice little ramp here that really locks you in. D2 steel. You have this nice drop point leaf-shaped blade. You have a cutout there for your deployment, and it works very, very good. detent is tuned to perfection. You can slow roll this guy out, reverse flick it, thumb flick it, whatever you want to do. They have a bunch of different colors of G10, deep carry, reversible pocket clip. I mean, D2, a good build, good access to the liner. For the price that you can get these at 40 bucks is absolutely insane. Kobby does a great job when it comes to their knives, period. I like this one. I compare this one often to kind of like a Spyderco look in a sense. It's kind of what it reminds me of anyway. And it's nice and thin and slicey. I love this knife. It's a great user. It allows you to get a lot of control up near that tip, and you can get right up behind that edge for some controlled cuts. Love the Kubby KU322. This is another one that has a couple different versions, but they're all coming right around the $40 mark. The CJRB More My Leah. This is actually my fiance's knife. Coming in RPM 9 steel. It's a great steel. Powdered steel, CJRB and Artisan's proprietary steel. This one has dual thumb studs and a front flipper for deployment. This one's a little dirty, so it's a little, you can hear it in there. Maybe. It's a little gritty. I think she's had it in her purse for an extended period of time. But CJRB More My Leah is a fantastic knife. G10 handles, very similar to the Kubby KU322 that you saw a little bit ago. Or the similar to the Kubby 322 that you saw a little bit ago. It's got the textured G10, very reminiscent of that Kubby KU322. Very, very similar. But it's grippy, it's nice, it's well done. You have this nice swell coming back here, so it gives you a nice amount of grip. This is a good knife. You know, I bought this for myself, but it's a good knife for a man, it's a good knife for a woman, and it's designed by a woman. So if you're looking to also maybe get something for a female friend, this is also a good option. A good sheep's foot blade, coated. You have a deep carry reversible pocket clip. The More My Leah is a great little user. And now I got 4 that come in just a touch over that $40 mark. The Harens Talisman here, guys, is coming in like right at $42. So you get a couple bonus ones here. I wanted to include these in this video as well. The Harens Talisman is a fantastic affordable knife. 14C 28N on the blade steel. I don't know if we can pick it up. There you go. Sandvik 14C. A nice satin finish. Drop point blade, a little bit of jimping there, good access to the liner with the chamfer, very well finished G10 handles, very reminiscent of Migon. I think Migon and this Harens here are very comparable, very well done. You have a nice G10 geared backspacer there. The flipper tab is done very well for the light switch and the push button as well. Detent is tuned very nicely. Anodized aluminum pivot collar. Lanyard hole. You have an ultra deep carry pocket clip here. This one will not be reversible. The action is fantastic. Lockup is rock solid. $42 for a good flipper, full-size flipper in 14C. Definitely a good choice. Now, the Kaiser Bag Lighter 2 series. There's a ton of different versions. The N690 versions right now are coming in at $41, $42. And you're going to get N690 steel. This one is in 154 cm. The other ones are going to be an N690. You have this nice drop point blade. Dual thumb studs for deployment. The Bag Lighter series has incredibly good detent and action. They have an incredibly good track record of being a good EDC knife. This one comes in micarta. They have a bunch of different handle materials, G10, different colored G10s, different colored micartas. You get a deep carry steel rollover clip there. It's going to be reversible. Nice big lanyard hole. Good access to that liner. Love the Bag Lighter series. I have a bunch of different Bag Lighters, and this is one of my favorites. This one is tuned very well, and the lockup is rock solid. Kaiser Bag Lighter 2. Next up, we got the Sencut Kyle coming in at $42-$43. You're going to get 8 CR, 18 MOV, I think, or is it 9 CR? Yeah, it's 9 CR, 18 MOV. Nice sheepsfoot blade that has a nice coating on it there. It's kind of got like a tumbled finish to it. Full-size finger choil there. I love this little guy. It's nice and thin profile, thin blade stock, comes down nice and thin. 43 bucks for this bad boy. There is other options out there that I believe are better, but if you're looking for a smaller, thinner profiled knife, this is a very hard one to beat. It's a Ferrum Forge design, which is possibly why it's a little bit more money. Detent is tuned very well. Deep carry pocket clip that will be reversible. Very minimal hardware. Good access to the liner. Good action on this bad boy as well for such a small, thin knife. It has very good action. Let's get to the next one. Now, I wanted to throw this guy in there. This one's coming in at 45 bucks, but you're going to get a Cryo D2 blade. This is the SOG Terminus XR. Stonewash finish. Drop point blade. Dual thumb studs and a rear flipper tab for deployment. You're getting the XR lock, which is SOG's crossbar lock, G10 handles, G10 backspacer, ultra deep carry pocket clip, and for 45 bucks to get a nice strong lock like this, D2 steel, multiple deployments, solid lockup, deep carry clip. This thing is hard to beat. It's a good EDC knife. Pretty good work knife, and it could triple as a decent, tactical or self-defense knife. You'll have to let me know down below what are some of your favorite under $40 knives or just some of your favorite affordable knives, period. I love hearing from you guys. Hit the thumbs up if you're new to the channel. Hit the subscribe button down below the video. I would love to have you guys here. Otherwise, I will catch you on the next one. Peace.